just make sure Rick gets these?
Mm-hmm.
I just have them for you. I'm sorry, Blue. All right. Let's start this.
Anyhow, what do you want to know?
Good evening, baseball fans. Welcome to Lexington High School for today's 30th anniversary celebration of Lexington Blue Sox baseball. Today's regular season interleague matchup will cap off.
It's not interleague. Mad Dogs are in the ICL. It's not interleague.
Regular season intercity league matchup will cap off the Jerry DeAngelis Day of Baseball and features the visiting Malden Maddogs and your 17-time ICL champion, Lexington Blue Sox. We will commence tonight's ball game by introducing you to the starting lineups. First, for the visiting Malden Maddogs. Leading off and playing center field, number 50, Hector Roman Jr. Batting second, the first baseman, number 3, Derek Bauer. Batting third and playing shortstop, number 16, Jake Hatch. Batting cleanup and catching, number 9, Ben Croteau. Batting fifth and playing left field, number 3, Colin Arsenault. Batting sixth, the second baseman, number 4, Sean Doherty. Batting seventh and playing right field, number 11, Nick Joss. Batting eighth and playing third base, number 22, Sam Browning. And batting ninth, the designated hitter, number 8, Malik James. Getting the start on the mound for the Mad Dogs, number 6, Brian Pelrine. The Mad Dogs are led by manager Nick Vinacchi and enter the game with a record of 2-4 so far through 6 league games. And now let's meet the starting lineup for your Lexington Blue Sox. Leading off and playing shortstop, number 5, Jonathan Luders. Batting second and playing second base, number 11, Charlie Walsh. Batting third, the designated hitter, number 25, Julian Alvarez. Batting cleanup and starting in center field, number 33, Nick Anderson. Batting fifth and playing left field, number 29, Mitch McCabe. Batting sixth, the first baseman, number 20, Andrew Salima. Batting seventh and playing third, number 2, Anderson Jimenez. Batting eighth and getting the start in right field, number 6, Ben Valenti. Batting ninth, the extra hitter, number 4, Dylan Walsh. Batting 10th and catching, number 42, Austin Travis. And on the mound for the Blue Sox, number 35, Robbie Cobb. The Blue Sox are led by manager Rick DeAngelis and enter tonight's matchup with a record of 3 wins, 2 losses, and 1 tie through their 6 league games. Fans, we remind you to enjoy this game at your own risk and stay constantly aware of batted balls and any other objects that can be put out of play. Additionally, we ask that all fans stick to the foundations of sportsmanship when cheering on their team. We default to the umpiring crew on any and all ejection decisions, and their decision is final. Without further ado, Mr. Umpire, the field is yours. Gentlemen, let's play ball.
The nightcap of the annual Jerry DeAngelis Intercity League Day of Baseball, capping off a fine day of festivities here at Lexington High for the 30th anniversary celebration of the Lexington Blue Sox franchise. 3 decades of Blue Sox players, coaches, and supporters and other staff reuniting here at LHS earlier today. And welcome to another edition of Lexington Blue Sox Baseball here on the Blue Sox Baseball Network on YouTube. Sam Feely here with you from center field at Lexington High School in Lexington, Mass. For the Blue Sox hosting the Malden Maddogs in ICL play. The Blue Sox entering play at 3-2-1, and the Mad Dogs at 2-4. Mad Dogs, some of the best hitters in the ICL, but pitching has been hit or miss, and they're at 2-4 entering play. Blue Sox, after scoring 26 runs in the first 2 games their interleague triple back this week got shut out to the tune of only 3 hits by TJO Sports. That 5-0 loss here at LHS Wednesday night. So hoping to turn things around here tonight offensively and get back on the right track. Although even with only 3 hits, 2 of them were by the hottest hitter on the planet right now, Nick Anderson. 8 hits in his last 3 games after not having a hit since his first at-bat in a Blue Sox uniform before Monday night. The Mad Dogs will be in gold and the Blue Sox will be in blue. And it'll be Robbie Cobb taking the mound for the Blue Sox here to start this rare Saturday evening game. Obviously one a year, but for the Blue Sox, but you know, just in the grand scheme of things in the ICL, you know, don't see a whole lot of weekend games generally speaking anymore in the ICL. Melrose Americans beat McKay Club in the one interleague game here in the ICL Day of Baseball just before this one. Stoneham Sabres won their second in a row, defeating the Andre Chiefs. And Middlesex Expos just squeaked by the Lexington Bulldogs in the opener with 2 runs in the bottom of the 6th to take the 7-6 lead and to pick up the win. So with Melrose's win, they're alone and by themselves. They were tied at 8 points with Andre at the top of the ICL standings, but with only 1 loss on their ledger compared to 2 for Andre. They are in first place. The Blue Sox tied the Expos at 3rd. Mad Dogs in 5th at 2 and 4, with the Sabres tied there. And the Bulldogs also with 4 points like the Mad Dogs and the Sabres, but 2 and 5 overall. The Blue Sox, they have scored, tied for the 3rd most runs in the ICL this season. Also have tied for the 3rd fewest runs allowed. Guess it makes sense there. And they're in 3rd place in the ICL standings right now. No luck hidden underneath the Pythagorean wins and losses there, I guess. All right. Rick DeAngelis huddling up the guys one last time before we play ball, and Robbie Cobb and the Blue Sox take the field. Cobb's first appearance of the season was last Friday night against the Melrose Americans. Went 3 innings, took the loss, allowing 5 hits, 6 earned runs, 2 walks, and striking out 2. Here's the Mad Dogs lineup that Robbie will face. It will be Hector Roman Jr. leading it off in center field, followed by Derek Bauer at first. Jake Hatch is at short. Ben Crotto is behind the plate. Colin Arsenault is in left. Sean Doherty is at second. Nick Joss is in right. Sam Browning's at third, and Malik James is the DH, and Brian Pellrine is the starting pitcher for the Mad Dogs. He won't be batting, though. Blue Sox lineup will be John Luters returning the lineup, leading off at short, followed by Charlie Walsh at second. Julian Alvarez is DH. Nick Anderson is in center. Mitch McCabe, former pace setter. Chris Del Sordo and I familiar with his work in the NE10. Will make his Blue Sox debut and bat 5th and play left field. Andrew Salim at first. Anderson Jimenez at third. Ben Valenti in right. Dylan Walsh, the extra hitter. Austin Travis rounding it out behind the plate. That 10-man lineup for the Blue Sox. Sorry for the issues with the microphone connection here, folks, but We are just about ready for some baseball. First pitch at 7:21 is in there for a strike. We are underway. Hector Roman leading things off for the Mad Dogs here. Swings at the second pitch and comes up empty, and the count will be 0-2. Roman enters play with a 1080 OPS, 455 average. No extra base hits, but 2 ribbies. Takes the ball. 1-2. Roman smacks this one and caught behind second base by Walsh for out number 1.
Batting second for the Mad Dogs, the first baseman, number 3, Derek Bauer.
Here is Derek Bauer, the first baseman. Bauer swings at the first pitch, hits this one into right field, and that'll get down for a base hit. Bauer just, little behind what you expect out of him usually. 273 before that base hit, but in 6 ICL seasons, 370 his career average. Picks up a base hit here, and now here is Jake Hatch, the shortstop. Cobb delivers, and Hatch comes up empty for strike 1. The Mad Dogs not wasting any time, going after some of these pitches. We'll see if Cobb can play off of that and get him to expand the zone a bit. 0-1 the count. Down and away. 0-2. Bauer, in 2019, by the way, he's at first, posted a 1267 OPS with 10 doubles, 3 homers, and 14 RBIs. But has only played in 8 games last year. He's only played in 3 so far this year. This is ground to third. Nice backhand pick there to second for 1. On to first, not in time, but a fine effort there at third by Anderson Jimenez to at least get the lead runner 2 down.
Now batting the catcher.
Fielder's choice goes 5-4. Hatch reaches. Here is Ben Crotto, the catcher. Sound like a broken bat there. Oh no, oh no. You know, when I talk about a sports game being a war of attrition, I don't think that's exactly what I had in mind. No, I know, right? Runner goes. Pitch is a ball. Throw down to second. Not get him. 2-0 the count. Stolen base for Hatch. That'll be his second of the season. And he is in scoring position. And a hitter's count for Crotto. Little dribbler up the first baseline, then it rolls foul, and it'll be 2-1. Two and 1 the count from Cobb to Crotto, with Arsenal due up next. Again fouled off. 2-2 the count. Crotto making his season debut here for the Mad Dogs. Last year, 628 OPS in 14 games with 10 ribbies. outside, and the count will fill. '21, Crotto 700 OPS with a .310 average with 1 double and 5 ribbies. Payoff pitch. Upcoming, here it is. Fouled off already onto Worthing Road. We have an official broadcast. That's why you don't. This is why you do what I've done for the better part of the last, more than a decade and a half, is park beyond the crosswalk. Cobb with a look at second and comes home with a payoff pitch once again, up and away for ball 4. So first and second now, 2 down. Crotto picks up the walk in his first plate appearance of 2024. And here's Arsenault, the left fielder. Arsenault looking for his first hit of the season, 0 for 10. I'm looking to change that in a big way here. He takes strike 1. 0 for 10 with 6 Ks, and I know I am just bringing a lot of dread to Blue Sox fans right now mentioning that, but 0 and 2, that's a swing and a miss. Arsenault's first season with the Mad Dogs. 2 on, 2 out, top of the first. Lined and caught by Jimenez at third for the out that retires the side. And that'll do it for the top of the first. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left. Half inning in the books. Mad Dogs nothing. Blue Sox coming up. So, as we go to the bottom of the first, we already told you the Blue Sox batting order. Let's tell you a little bit about the Mad Dogs starter, Brian Pellrine. He's making his second appearance of the season, first since opening night against the Expos. Took the loss, went the whole way, 7 innings, 3 hits, 6 runs, 5 which are earned, 6 walks, and 4 Ks. Pellrine is in his 3rd season with the Mad Dogs. Career record of 2-5 with a .635 ERA. And averages, his first 2 seasons only averages about 2 innings an appearance. He's capable of going longer, but he is a workhorse for sure. Didn't work anything longer than 3 innings in 2022, but in 2023, went 4 1/3 a couple of times in 6 innings once, and then, again, 7 innings his first time out this season against the Expos, despite taking the loss. It is 1-0 to Jonathan Luters, returning to the lineup. Swings at this one, flares it down the first base line, twisting into foul territory, and a nice reach by the first baseman, Bauer, for out number 1. A tough way to be retired in your return to the lineup for Luters. That sun can be a drag. Again, not usually used to the 7:15 start times, although, to be fair, we're supposed to start at 5:45 initially today. And it's fouled off for strike 1 to Charlie Walsh, not Dylan, getting the start at second, although Dylan is in the 9 slot as the extra hitter. All the start times of the day of baseball games here today were pushed back an hour by the town to allow a little extra time for the field to dry after the rain yesterday, which, to be fair, was not nearly as bad as the forecast initially looked. Charlie flares this one into right field for a base hit, then it kicks away from the right fielder, who's having a hard time getting it off the grass, and Charlie pulls into second. Should be a single and an E9 there, but runner in scoring position either way.
Now batting for the Blue Sox, the designated hitter, number 25, Julian Alvarez.
And here is Alvarez. Joel's been wearing the Blue Sox commemorative 30th anniversary cap during warm-ups, and Alvarez coming into play with a 1045 OPS, 2 doubles, and 5 ribbies. Up and in for ball 1. Was 1 for his first 7 in his first 2 games. In the last 2 games, 3-4-4 with 2 doubles. 1-0 the count to Jules. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Alvarez has been with the Blue Sox since 2016. Hit 5 home runs last year, 18 ribbies, which were both Blue Sox career highs for him. It is 2-1 to Jules. Former San Diego Padres farmhand fouls this one off, and it is 2-2. 375, 452, 766, his slash line last year. Dating back to 2007 with Carlson of the Park League, his career OPS is 1071, and he holds up there to make it a full count with Nick Anderson due up next. Walsh at second. 3-2. Oh, at the top of the zone for strike 3, and Jules thought he had ball 4, but gets the bad news, and there are 2 down now for Nick Anderson.
The center fielder, number 33, Nick Anderson.
And if you think 3 for your last 4 with 2 doubles and 4 ribbies is good, take a listen to Nick Anderson's, road to the show on rookie mode numbers. When I bring these up in a moment. And like I said, leading up to this best week ever for him, he was 1 for his first 8, with that 1 being a base hit in his first ever plate appearance for the Blue Sox. But this week, he is 7 for 9 with 3 runs, a double, a triple, 2 homers, and 12 ribbies, and 3 stolen bases. Two and one. In his last 3 games, his OPS has skyrocketed to 1474. And yet he's still got some work to do to catch Ruben Rodriguez Jr., the Andre Chiefs. But he will ground out to second here to end the bottom of the first. No score after 1.
Leading off the top of the second, second baseman number 4, Sean Doherty.
Sean Doherty will lead things off here for the Malden Maddogs in the top of the second. And it'll be high for ball 1 from Robbie Cobb to Doherty, who will be followed by Nick Joss and Sam Browning. If anyone gets on, Malik James. Two 2-0 the count to Cobb, from Cobb rather, to Doherty. Line, but that'll be foul for strike 1. Now, Doherty is another Mad Dog making his season debut. Pops this one up. Chris, you got it? Mark, you got it? No. All right, fair enough. Yeah, we don't need to be down an announcer. Oh wow. Yeah. As new as one can get, I guess. So 2-2 now, the count to Doherty. And it'll be followed by Joss and Browning. Check swing, able to hold up, and it is a full count. Both teams with 1 hit to this point, but no runs across yet. Can Doherty get on to lead off the top of the second? He'll hit this one into left field, step in, a couple steps back, a little leap, and it got over the left fielder's head. Doherty with a leadoff double. Mitch McCabe making his Blue Sox debut tonight out there in left field.
The right fielder, number 11,
got
Nick.
Twisted in every direction trying to track that one down. There's a little bit of a breeze going towards the outfield right now, and he got caught in that jet stream a bit, but Tough break there, and it is a runner in scoring position for the second consecutive inning for the Mad Dogs, but strike one now to Nick Joss, the right fielder. Mad Dogs looking to take an early lead here on the Blue Sox. Popped up along the first base line, now into foul territory, and Salima's got it. And bluffing the tag and going back to second is Daugherty.
The third baseman, number 22, Sam Browning.
So Joss is retired rather quickly. Joss is a two-way player for the Mad Dogs. His only appearances for the team this season until now have been pitching appearances, but he pops up there, and here's Browning. He's behind 0-1. Browning, 600 batting average, a 13-14 OPS in the early going. That is down and in for ball one to even the count. Browning is actually the ICL's leading hitter. No extra base hits, but 6 for 10 with 2 runs scored, ahead of John Batista, Ruben Rodriguez, and Ben Leonard of the Blue Sox. Browning now had 2-1. Leonard not in the lineup tonight for the Blue Sox. Is grounded to the left side. Jimenez has it. Will throw on to first to get the second out. And Browning turning tail back towards the dugout before he gotten halfway up the line. To third goes Daugherty. And it'll be up to Malik James to try and keep the line moving and maybe even bring in that run from third. James, number 9 hitter and the DH for the Mad Dogs. Blue Sox going with a 10-man lineup, but the Mad Dogs only with 9. That is in there for strike one. I was listening to the conversation over there in the Mad Dogs dugout. I think Browning thought that was it was a foul ball. It hit him, but a pop-up there with a couple of guys converging towards Jimenez, but Anderson does make the catch, and nothing comes of the leadoff double. We are through a buck and a half, still no score. Between innings, we were told by the Mad Dogs that Sean Daugherty's double, that was his first competitive at-bat in 4 years. So welcome back, Sean. as we begin the bottom of the second with former pace setter Mitch McCabe leading things off in his Blue Sox debut. Chris and I, no strangers to Mitch's exploits in the Northeast 10. Both of us have experience covering St. Anselm Hawks. As the count is now 1-1. I got 1-1. The score is 0-2. Oh, that was the strike. I saw the foul, but all right, didn't see the strike all, but 0-2 rather. And McCabe grounds this one up the middle, scooped up nicely onto first, not in time. Leadoff single, infield single for Mitch McCabe. Welcome to the club. Whoops. So here's Andrew Salima, the leadoff man at first. McCabe, in his career with the Setters, 1023 OPS, 22 homers and 97 RBIs, and 26 steals in 32 attempts. In 2023, his senior year with Pace, McCabe slash line of 340, 432, 569 with 10 homers, 44 ribbies, 18 steals and 21 attempts, 25 walks to 30 strikeouts, 9 doubles and 2 triples. Salima hits this one the other way in a foul territory long run given by the left fielder Arsenal, but that'll land for a very, very long strike. Who doesn't love a 5-tool player, right? I know, right? Oh, 0-2 the count to Salima, to be followed by Jimenez. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, Andrew Salima. I'll be strikeout number 2 for Pellrine. And here is Jimenez. It's been a busy game already over there at the hot corner for Anderson. Let's see what we can do here at the plate. And that'll be taken on the outside corner for strike 1. Jimenez enters play. Just a 133 batting average. Both of his hits, though, are doubles. Here's a throw down to second. Not nearly in time. Now, there's the wheels. Seen the hit for average, seen the speed. We've seen the speed. What else can McCabe do for you? 1-1 the count for Jimenez. Waiting the pitch. Here it is. Hits this one into right field, into the sun, and that is caught. Now, we already had a little bit of an adventure there in right field earlier for Nick Joss, but he hauls that one in. To third goes McCabe, now with 2 down.
The right fielder, number 6, Ben Valenti.
Oh, Jimenez gave it a good ride, and no guarantees in that last little sunspot there out in right field, but Joss hauls it in, 2 down for Valenti. And he takes on the outside corner for strike 1. Valenti, no hits in 5 at-bats, 2 runs and 2 walks. Tricky hop at short, strong throw to first, in time for the out. And that'll do it for the bottom of the second. Fine defense all around tonight. We're through 2, scoreless. Well, after 2 shutout innings from Robbie Cobb, Chris Wannett will take over on the mound for the Blue Sox. There we go. I was going to say, it doesn't like you.
We have a pitching change to announce for the Blue Sox. Now pitching for Lexington, number 40, Chris Wannett.
So Wannett's making his 3rd appearance of the season. Also pitched on Wednesday night against TJO. Went the first 4 1/3, allowed 7 hits and 4 earned runs while striking out 2. Has not walked a batter yet this season. Drew the draw on opening night against the Expos. 5 innings, 3 hits, no runs, 4 strikeouts, 3 ERA. His total so far through 9 1/3 innings and an 0-1-1 record. 1-0 the count as the lineup turns over for the Mad Dogs. Hector Roman popped up to second to begin this ball game. Roman, Bauer, and Hatch against the new noodle for the Blue Sox, Chris Wannett, who is behind Roman, 2-0. Wannett winds and delivers. That is at the top of the zone, 2-1, and Roman seen it, he'll go to work. So 2 innings, 2 hits, 1 walk, no runs, but no strikeouts for Robbie Cobb in a outing that I'm sure all Blue Sox fans will hope be a confidence builder for him after that rough one the previous time out. But hey, 2 innings. 2 innings of scoreless ball, nothing to sneeze at. Swing and a miss. Roman is down on strikes. 1 up, 1 down here in the top of the 3rd. So after 26 runs in their first 2 games of the week, the Blue Sox have now been shut out in their last 9 innings. Hey, we've seen 9-inning stretches of scoreless ball before, all in one game on opening night. One and 2 to Bauer, who picked up the first base hit of this ball game with a single, his first time up in the first. Ooh. Everyone seems to be okay. We'll do it again at 1 and 2. Obviously, after that 0-0 game with the Expos, Blue Sox offense broke out in a big way the following game against the Sabres. But then Melrose put a 10 spot on him in the following game. That did not hit him, it looks like, so it'll be 2 and 2 now. Or is it a foul ball? Foul ball. Oh, wow. Well, that's a tough one. No, I know. It's one of those times like you are just trying to get out of the way and just nicks your bat, and you don't get ball too. And it does buy him some time to flare this one into left, and McCabe able to haul that one in. 2 up, 2 down. No trouble that time, and with the field completely in shadows now, we'll see if, especially in right field after what we saw earlier in this game in right for Joss, we'll see if that reduces some of the hazards as this game goes on. 2 up, 2 down for Hatch. Reach on fielder's choice and stole a base in the first, and he takes ball 1, 1-0. So Roman now 0 for 2. Bauer is now 1 for 2. Hatch pops this one up into the aforementioned right field in a long way, but making the catch is Valenti for the out. That retires the side in a 1-2-3 inning for Chris Wannett. First 1-2-3 inning for either side tonight. We are through 2.5. Still no score.
hitter, number 4, Dylan Walsh.
9-10-1 due up for the Blue Sox here in the bottom of the third. Well, we don't have to worry about either side getting no hit through 3, but we're still looking for our first run like we were on Wednesday night before TJO broke it open in the 4th and 5th and 6th innings of that 5-0 win over the Blue Sox Wednesday night. Dylan Walsh swings, and that goes whether he made contact with it or not, it's strike 1 regardless. Dylan Walsh in the extra hitter slot for this one. Walsh entering play, 200 batting average, 729 OPS. Walsh not your prototypical power hitter, but straighten that one out, that can go a long way. It lasted his 0-2. Walsh, Travis, and Looters due up if anyone gets on. Charlie Walsh, 1 and 2. There's also Brendan Walsh on our roster. Is that one of the new advanced metrics I'm talking about? Walsh's per hours? I don't know, man.
That's the new whip. Walsh hits per inning.
Walsh is above replacement. Walsh probability added? I don't know. Ground to the right side, took a weird hop off the infield dirt and grass, but still able to make the play is Doherty for out number 1.
The catcher, number 42, Austin Travis.
Not Austin Travis, County, Texas, but Austin Travis. Little bat here. Travis has gotten the bulk of the reps behind home plate in the early going of this season. Fouls this one off for strike 1. He's still searching for his first hit. He is 0 for 6 with a run scored, 3 strikeouts, and a sac hit, but no ribbies. 1-1 the count. Travis. Jonathan Looters due up next. Swing and a miss. The only game that Travis has not played in this season was the 13-0 drubbing of the Boston A's on Tuesday night. Two and 2. Only Nick Anderson, Anderson Jimenez, and Dylan Walsh have played in all 7 games for the Blue Sox to this point this season. Travis worked at full, 3-2. That's outside for a ball. Number 10 man draws a walk, turns over the lineup for Looters.
Now batting for the Blue Sox, the shortstop, number 5, Jonathan Looters.
Now, I didn't get a chance to tell you Looters' numbers this point this season. He did not play Wednesday night against TJO, but has been fantastic otherwise. 500, 667, 667 is slash line with 2 doubles, 1 ribby, 4 walks to no strikeouts, and 1 steal and 2 hit by pitches. That does not include the pop-up to the first baseman in this game that made him 0 for 1 at this point. That drops his average below 500, but hey, nothing to complain about for him to start his season. 5-game hitting streak. Start things out. Now there's a strike, 2-1. 2 for 3 in the 13-1 win over the Beacons on Monday night, and the Beacons took it on the chin from the Melrose Americans just before this one. 3-1. 3 of Luter's 4 walks came in the win over the Stoneham Sabres on the 5th. Al is going to be ball 4 anyway. He has been hit by a pitch now for the 3rd time this season. 1st and 2nd. 1 out.
Now batting for the Blue Sox, the second baseman, number 11, Charlie Walsh.
Here's Charlie Walsh, who has 1 of 2 hits so far for the Blue Sox today. Single, back in the 1st. So you have Travis at 2nd and Luters at 1st for Charlie Walsh. Swings at the first pitch and fouls it off for strike 1. Fine opportunity here for the Blue Sox to break the ice. Both teams have had their opportunities with runners in scoring position. Team's coming up empty so far, though. Little slow roller to 2nd. The only play here will be to 1st. They get Walsh, but to 2nd goes Luters, and to 3rd goes Travis for Julian Alvarez.
The designated hitter, number 25, Julian Alvarez.
Jules was called out on strikes his first time up on a pitch that may have looked a little high, but that spot has been a strike all night, so got to get used to it. Sure. Well, there you go. You got that bender right into that top left corner from our vantage point, anyways. That's been the spot to hit if you're especially when the batter has to flinch out of the way. Oh, didn't get the call there though, and it is 1-1. Lower, but looked to be along the same vertical, same spot along the x-axis. X-axis? Y-axis? I don't know. Y-axis, yeah. Yeah, look to be on the same edge. Math into right field, and that'll be caught for the out that retires the side. The Blue Sox leave 2 in scoring position. We are through 3, still scoreless.
Left on base. We head to the top of the 4th inning, still scoreless at 0-0. Catcher, number 9, Ben Prato.
Ben Crotto to lead things off here in the top of the 4th for the Malden Maddogs. Still searching for our first run. This is the spot where TJO broke through on Wednesday night. Will it be the spot where the Maddogs break through here? 0-1 the count. Want it going through the Maddogs 1-2-3 in the top of the 3rd. We'll deal with Crotto, Arsenal, and Doherty. Crotto able to lay that one off, and is 1-1. Crotto drew a walk his first time up. No runs and 2 hits to this point for the Mad Dogs. Popped up. Like I said, it's been busy over there for Anderson Jimenez at third into foul territory and got away from him. It'll be strike 2, but buys Crotto another pitch here. I didn't have to worry about a gust of wind turning that one at the end. Just, again, twilight here, starting like an hour earlier than we normally do. Well, no harm, no foul on that pop-up that got away from Anderson, and a swing and a miss for strike 3. Second strikeout for Wannett, 1 down. Arsenault lined out to third, his first time up to end the top of the first. Again, you know, like that can come back to bite you though. Like if you try to, you know, be like, you know, chronically online MLB The Show player and sneak a curveball in there, you're gonna get absolutely ranched. The high sinker should never work the way it does in that game. Like, come on, man. Like they severely nerfed the Padres guy. After I forget his name, but yeah, and it's like, you know, they know it's a problem. I just don't think they expect any. They never expect any knuckleballers to, you know, ever be good again actively in Major League Baseball. Like, they've had the rights to Phil Niekro for years as a legend, but they intentionally do not put him in Diamond Dynasty because of the knuckleball. Remember when 78 overall Stephen Wright was a thing? What? Look, video game griefers are bad enough as it is. Read the top line, still 1 and 2. God. Bunt dance again. Into left field, in comes McCabe. That's going to drop in front of him. So a base hit for Arsenal. He becomes the first batter to reach against Wannett. And let's see what Doherty's got for an encore. Again, a double in his first competitive at-bat in 4 years, his first time up. Gets a hold of another one here. He could bring on the game's first run. Comes up empty there, though, and it is 0-1 to Doherty. Salima holding on Arsenal at first. Was inching off. And that is a strike on the outside corner. 0-2. Third hit of the ball game for the Mad Dogs, first since Doherty's double. But good morning, good afternoon, and good night, Sean Doherty. Comes up empty there. The throw back to first. Up the line, but Salima able to stick with it, and Arsenal doesn't go anywhere. 2 down now on strikeout number 3 for Wannett. And here's Joss, who popped up to Salima his first time up. Runner goes, pitch is a swing and a miss. Throw down to second. Nope. 0-1, but hey, look, another runner in scoring position for the Mad Dogs. And again, no issues with either team getting runners into scoring position. They just got to be able to bring them home. But Joss with a chance here. 0-1 the count after that swing and a miss, but Arsenal picks up the stolen base. Oof. 1-1. Travis tried to frame it there. Couldn't sell it. 1-1. Infield back. Outfield straight away, although there's a pretty considerable gap to right center. This is into left field, and that will go foul. 1-2. Same, pretty considerable gap to right center field because we got Valenti. I mean, not on the line, but way over there. Salima is actually blocking my view of him at the moment. He's moving back over towards the gap now. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Much ado about nothing. Halfway home, we're still scoreless.
Leading off the bottom of the fourth for the Blue Sox, the center fielder, number 33, Nick Anderson.
Nick Anderson, Mitch McCabe, and Andrew Salima do up here in the bottom of the fourth, still searching for our first run of the ball game. Anderson with a ground out to second, his first time up. Down away for ball 1. Aiden Freeberg warming up the Blue Sox bullpen. 2-0. Well, ground out to second off the bat of Nick Anderson's last time up. Given the week he's been having, a good start if you're a pitcher facing him. Behind 2-0 now, but get one in there on the outside corner. 2-1. You know, better to be facing with the bases empty. Nice backhand pick at short and throw to first. A little bit of a bobble, but it'll go out of play. I didn't see the ball squirt by him, but thought he at least trapped it and kept it in front of him, but not much of a reaction there for the ball going out. So leadoff man in scoring position for the Blue Sox. That was one of the troubles they had Wednesday night, and that is getting the leadoff man on and the TJO pitchers not having to work from the stretch as much. Little broken bat grounder took a weird turn. They go back to second, and everybody's safe. Remember, that is not a force play. You got to tag him. No, looks like a ground ball. Just a broken bat and didn't get the out. They did get the out. My mistake on McCabe. So how that even? The catcher did? Oh, okay. I was gonna say, like, I didn't. Again, field level's kind of a. I've gotten, range. Oh, do not do a balk, please. I, it can be hard, like, at this level behind home plate and, just trying to gauge stuff when the catcher might be in your line of sight. Salima into right. That'll be caught. And Anderson will get to third. Nice throw, though, from right, but 2 down now. You hear the broken bat, you don't think that's going to be even a pop-up. But, like, that's what it was. You put it, I mean, L1s are a thing, but I'm.
The third baseman, number 2, Anderson Jimenez.
It's a rough life, so. Runner at third for Jimenez, flares this one into center, and that gets down, and the ice is broken. Anderson drives in Anderson, and the Blue Sox are finally on the board. Someone is finally on the board. It is 1-0.
Number 6, Ben Valenti.
Jimenez with the, small ball. Sometimes that's how you got to win games like these. Yep. Here's Valenti coming up empty at that one for strike one. So Jimenez with the RBI single picks up his second ribby of the season. Pitches a ball. Jimenez going for second, and he's in there. When the Blue Sox fell behind TJO the other night, they tried to play a little small ball and start some chaos on the bases, and Nick Anderson picked up 2 steals as part of that process, but Nick was thrown out at home trying to score what would have been the tying run at that point. They were down 1-0. That was the end of the inning, and TJO scored 3 in the next inning to pull away. 2-2 now to Valenti. Who grounded out to short his first time up. Full count with Dylan Walsh due up next. Jimenez with the RBI single, then picking up a stolen base. And that is high for a ball 4. Valenti picks up the walk. And is the second walk issued by Pellrine to go along with a hit by pitch of Luter's earlier. So first and second, 2 out for Walsh, who grounded out to second his first time up. Conference now between Pellrine and the catcher Crotto and the third baseman Browning, it looks like. See how they'll attack Walsh. Dylan grounded out to second his first time up. 2 for 10 with a double and 3 runs entering play tonight is Dylan. Also has 3 walks to pump that on base percentage up to .429. Swings at the first one and fouls it off. Strike 1. The Blue Sox will be back in action Monday night here at LHS for a road game against the Lexington Bulldogs. As Walsh hits this one into right field for a base hit, being waved around third. is Jimenez, and they missed the tag. Throw to second is in time to get Walsh for the out that retires the side, but an RBI single for Dylan Walsh. Jimenez scores and through 4 complete. 2-0 Blue Sox. New catcher for the Blue Sox to begin the top of the 5th, and it is Max Dushney taking over for Austin Travis. So Dushney replaces Travis. Everything else stays the same. Want it back out there for his 3rd inning of work. Stake to a 2-0 lead here. And he gets ahead 0-1 of the 3rd baseman, Sam Browning, who was 0 for 1 with a ground out to his opposite number, Anderson Jimenez. And now he's behind 0-2. Strike 3 called. Dushney lost the handle for a moment, but Browning is not going to. Try and beat out a potential pass ball there. So strikeout number 5 now for Chris Wannett. Malik James comes up empty. He is even the count now 1-1. Popped up to 3rd his first time up. James and then Hector Roman. And if anyone gets on, Derek Bauer. This game very much still in reach for the Mad Dogs. But Chris Wannett been very good here in relief of the starter. Robbie Cobb went the first 2. Allowed 2 hits, 1 walk, but no runs and no strikeouts. In 3 innings so far for Wannett. 2 1/3 innings, I should say. Swing and a miss. 2 2/3 innings. 6 strikeouts, no runs, and 1 hit.
The center fielder, number 50, Hector Roman Jr.
Lineup turns over for Hector Roman. Pop up to second and a strikeout swinging. Swings at the first pitch. Slicing foul to the left. 0-1. They're scoreless through 3.5, and Blue Sox finally breaking through, snapping a 10-inning scoreless streak, which is not what you'd expect after they put up 13 on both McKay and the Boston A's of the Park League. The first 2 games they played this week. Here's a fly ball into right. Easy peasy. 1-2-3-Z for Chris Wannett. We are through 5, still 2-0 Blue Sox. All right, we go to the bottom of the 5th. The Blue Sox leading 2-0. Another 1-2-3 inning for Chris Wannett, and Max Dushney will get his first cuts of the ball game after taking over defensively for Austin Travis in the top half of this inning. And Dush takes strike 1. That's been a strike all day. That's all you ask for. Consistency, right? Josh making his first appearance actually since opening night against the Expos. Got brushed back there. He went 0 for 2 in that ball game. Did get some reps in on the, down the Cape, but first regular season game since opening night for Dush. Waits on that one, but comes up empty, and it is 1-2. Still Pellrine out there for the Mad Dogs, who are down a bat after a broken bat early in this ball game. Heard come from their any backup lumber here. Like we said, you know, that I don't. When I talk about a war of attrition, I use that analogy a lot, no matter the sport. But that's not what I had in mind. 1-2 the count. I can understand if you're running low on pitchers, but bats? Oofa. One, two. Well, a little too high there, and it is 2-2. Dushney, Looters, and Charlie Walsh due up here in the bottom of the 5th. Fast-moving ball game. A little flare the other way and into right field for Dushney's first base hit.
The shortstop, number 5, Jonathan Looters.
Again, the difference between this game and Wednesday night's loss to TJO is that the Blue Sox have at least been able to get the leadoff man on a few times, and even if you don't end up scoring runs in those innings, again, war of attrition, you're forcing the pitcher to work from the stretch sooner. Looters is going to lay one down here. Oh, they were not prepared at all. I mean, I kind of get it. Dude was batting 500 coming into play tonight. He's a so like, you know, it's not like, you know, like leadoff men will do that no matter how good a hitter they are. But when a guy's coming to play hitting 500, and he extends his hitting streak with that one, like what are like? I understand not playing for the not defending the sacrifice there, but then that just opens you up. They got a chance to get a little bit of a reprieve here, and ooh, tough call there for Charlie Walsh to take on cutting across the plate. May have looked a little bit inside. He saw the catcher, Crotto, reach across his body to haul that one in, but that was a called strike, and it is 0-1. Walsh is going to lay this one down, and what in the world? I'm having, okay. Remember, I don't know if Sway's here, if Sway is watching, but, I mean, obviously a much lower stakes game here, but he had that bunt hit, obviously, for the ICL championship winner in 2015. And then in Game 3 against the then Reading Bulldogs of the championship series, one that was going to 10 innings, that was a war of attrition that the Blue Sox were probably going to win regardless. That goes to the backstop. Here's the play at the plate, and they got him. Ooh, that's a tough one. Dush is thrown out at the plate. Ball one, but now one out, and second and third. Yep. The 10th inning of that game against the Bulldogs in the 2017 championship series. The Blue Sox took advantage by just laying down bunt after bunt to eventually load the bases. And then Dorian Rojas with a more conventional base hit in the left field to walk it off for the championship. 210 innings. So second and third, but now with one out after Dush was thrown out at the plate trying to score on that wild pitch. And Jules is able to hold up here 2-0. So Looters is 1 for 2. Walsh is 2 for 3. Swing and a miss by Jules, and it is 2-1. If you've seen enough games at Maple, you know that wooden block behind home plate, you know, it's a short backstop anyways, but that can produce some perfect ricochets to try and get some easy outs. So they will only get the out at first here, as in to score from third is Looters. Jules is 0 for 3, but the Blue Sox do pick up a run here, and it is 3-0. But obviously not how the Blue Sox have envisioned this inning playing out after loading the bases to begin the inning. They only have one home so far, and they got 2 outs on it. But here's Nick Anderson, who got out in front of that one a bit too much for strike one. So Looters scores. Walsh is now at third. Alvarez 0 for 3, but picks up a ribby. Here's Anderson, 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored. An 0-1 count to Nick. Doherty, Joss, and Browning due up for the Mad Dogs in the top of the 6th. This game, again, I would shudder to say that it is yet out of reach for the Mad Dogs, knowing some of the great hitters they have in their lineup. Oh boy, that's a tough one to not get, either on the location or on the check swing there by Anderson. He's ahead 2-1. Door's still open for the Mad Dogs. And if you're not going to call the one before that a ball, I don't think you can call that one if you're not going to call the one before that a strike, you can't call that one a strike either. It's 3-1. Again, a tough pill to swallow there for Pellrine. 3-1, runner at third. 2 outs here in the bottom of the fifth. Up and in. Anderson draws the walk. Inning continues.
The left fielder, number 52, Mitch McCabe.
Here's Mitch McCabe, 1 for 2 with a single and somehow a pop-up to the pitcher on that broken bat. Anderson goes. This is down the line, and it is a fair ball. 1 run scores. Anderson being waved around third. He will score. 2-run double for Mitch McCabe. 5-0. There is the big hit the Blue Sox have been looking for.
The first baseman, number 20, Andrew Salima.
And we're trying to look if Butters is about to come out to maybe talk to the pitcher, make a change, but nothing yet. Salima 0 for 2. Swings at this one, deep to right center field, and that'll stay in the park, but all the way to the wall, and it looks like he will trade places with McCabe with an RBI double.
Now batting the third baseman, number 2, Anderson Jimenez.
Well, the line keeps moving. Anderson Jimenez, 1 for 2 with an RBI, a steal, and a run scored. And he's able to hold up there, but it's a called strike, 0-1. Well, that'll do it for the bottom of the fifth on the ground out, but the Blue Sox break it open with 4 runs here in the bottom of the fifth and lead 6-0.
The first baseman, number 2, Derek Bauer.
Chris wanted back out there for his 4th inning of work. And Derek Bauer swings at the first pitch and fouls it off. 0-1 is the count. It'll be Bauer, Hatch, and Crotto, 2, 3, and 4 due up for the Mad Dogs. The Blue Sox, the 4th spot in the bottom of the 5th, have broken this one open. 1-1 is the count to Bauer. Working on a 1 for 2 so far. So far. Only been 1 hit allowed to this point by Wanted, and that was Arsenault's single in his 2nd at-bat. 1-2 through 3 innings. He has struck out 6, make it 7, 1 down.
The shortstop, number 16, Jake Hatch.
So here's Hatch. He's 0 for 2, reached on a fielder's choice, stole a base, and went out to right. 1-0 is the count. 4 runs on 5 hits in that bottom of the 5th for the Blue Sox to extend a 2-0 lead into a 6-0 cushion. Loaded the bases to begin the inning, but the out at home on a fortunate bounce off a wild pitch, and then the ground out by Jules that brought home 1 run, got the Maddogs close to getting out of that with minimal damage, but the hits kept on coming for the Blue Sox, and here they are with a 6-0 lead with 5 more outs to get. Little grounder to second. Charlie on to first in time.
The catcher, number 9, Ben Crotto.
Here's Ben Crotto, 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout. First 2 innings for Robbie Cobb, no runs, no strikeouts, 2 hits, and that 1 walk of Crotto, who hits this one deep into center field, but it'll hang up long enough for the out that retires the side. And once again, easy peasy, 1-2-3-Z for Chris Wannett. We go to the bottom of the 6th, 6-0 Blue Sox. Bottom of the 6th, and Ben Valenti, Dylan Walsh, and Max Dushney due up for the Blue Sox. Valenti is 0 for 1 with a ground out to short and a walk to his credit so far. And Brian Pellerine back out there on the mound for the Mad Dogs. Valenti swings at the first pitch, fouls it towards the Mad Dogs bullpen, and then eventually all the way out for strike 1. Valenti, Dylan Walsh, and Max Dushney due up if anyone gets on. John Luters. Luters extending his hitting streak to 6 games. with a bunt single as part of that 4-run bottom of the 5th. Everyone who has batted today for the Blue Sox has reached base at least once, with the exception of Julian Alvarez, but he did get an RBI on that ground out. Meanwhile, good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Ben Valenti for out number 1 here in the bottom of the 6th. Here's Walsh, 1 for 2 with a ground out to second and an RBI and a single. So contributions up and down the lineup. Nick Anderson with a single and a couple of runs. Mitch McCabe at his Blue Sox debut. Single, double, 2 ribbies and a run scored. Andrew Salima picking up an RBI double. Anderson Jimenez, flurry of plays he had to make in the early going at third, but then single, RBI, stolen base, and a run to his credit as well. Charlie Walsh with 2 base hits and a run. Three and 0 to Dillon. Gotta love what you're seeing from the Blue Sox here against a league opponent. Good bounce back after a 5-0 shutout loss at the hands of Park League foe TJO Sports.
The catcher, number 7, Max Dushny.
And, I mean, let's obviously not discount the pitching performances tonight either. I mean, there's a reason there's a goose egg there next to the Mad Dogs logo in the bottom right of your screen. 2 innings, but no runs. 2 hits and 1 walk for Robbie Cobb. And so far, 4 innings and, 7 Ks for Chris Wannett. Dusts himself off after taking the loss on Wednesday night to TJO on 2 days rest. 4 innings of relief. Two and 0 the count now to Dushny. Picked up a single his first time up. That's in there for strike 2 and 1. Score holds. Blue Sox will pick up win number 4 and get to 9 points on the young season. They would pull even. They would actually have the most points in the ICL at 9, jumping Melrose and Andre, but Melrose and Andre would still be ahead of them in terms of points percentage. Another walk issued to the Blue Sox as Dushny picks up the base on balls. And the lineup turns over for John Luders. Luders with that bunt single his last time up. 1 for 2, that single, a run scored, and a hit by pitch. I mean, he has a hit in every game he's played so far this season. And he takes outside for ball 1, Seton Hall grad, native of Linfield. And what a find he's been at the top of the lineup for the Blue Sox this season. It can be tough when you have to, I mean, the nature of amateur baseball is that you're not, at this level, you're not going to have the same guys every single night. But to know that you have a guy like Luders who had a base hit in every game he's played for you so far cannot be overlooked. Could have been at least the second out of the inning, if not a 6-4-3 double play. Instead, it is an E6 that loads the bases.
The second baseman, number 11, Charlie Walsh.
And here's Charlie Walsh. Walsh 2 for 3 with a run scored. Upstairs for a ball. 1-0. Dylan Walsh. It's not like he got halfway down the line, but came a good distance down the third base line here as the pitch was being thrown. It's not like Pellrine is working with the full windup. You know, I think back to Jacoby Ellsbury's steal of home years ago in a Red Sox Yankees game against Andy Pettit. I mean, Pettit was. Why are you working with the full windup with your back turned to Jacoby Ellsbury? Like, and then there's just a straight steal of home. Like, come on. I mean, Jaron Duran stole home twice this year. I don't remember the last time anyone's done that. I mean, then again, the White Sox are, whatever they are this year, but. What were they trying to do on that play again? The White Sox on the play that. Oh yeah, You're like a trainer. You're a Phillies fan. Gotcha. Thank you for that. Thank you for your service. A walk will start the merry-go-round here. As in to score from third is Dylan Walsh, and it is 7-0. And looks like we are going to have a conference and a change here for the Malden Maddogs. And it looks like Caleb Cicchetti is going to be the one to take over on the mound for the Mad Dogs. Pitching change coming to you from LHS. So Caleb Cicchetti is making his 2024 debut for the Mad Dogs. Last year, Caleb went 0-2 in 6 appearances with a 10.86 ERA in 9 2/3 innings. He allowed 15 hits, 20 runs, 15 of which were earned, walked 11, struck out 5 for a whip of 2.69. He did not face the Blue Sox last year, and in his defense, 4 of his appearances were against the Sabretooth Expos last year and their vaunted offense.
Once again, now pitching for the Mad Dogs, number 10, Caleb Cicchetti.
That includes allowing 7 runs in an inning and 2/3 to the Expos on June 15th. He actually had a very good outing against the Lexington Bulldogs on August 3rd of last year. He took the loss but went 4 innings, allowing 5 hits and just 1 earned run with 1 walk while striking out 3. And Aiden Driscoll, pinch hitting for Julian Alvarez, is going to be greeted with a strike call inside, 0-1. So Alvarez finishes the night 0 for 3 with a ribby. Driscoll swings, fouls this one off. 0-2. Still only 1 out in the inning with the bases loaded. Last play being a walk to Charlie Walsh that plated Dylan Walsh. 0-2 now the count to Aiden Driscoll. Driscoll, 2 for 3 in limited action this season. Hits a fly ball into center that is caught. Everybody tags, and everybody, and into score is Dushney. Holding at first was Charlie. And Looters gets to third. Sack fly at an RBI for Driscoll. So that is number 8 for the Blue Sox. Run number 8. 8-0 with runners on the corners now and 2 down. We have one more episode of the Nick Anderson Show left in store for us this week. Remember, the only reason you didn't get a chance at the cycle on Monday night is because of the mercy rule in effect in the interleague games that prevented him from even getting that 4th PA. But it is 1-1 to Anderson. Don't have to worry about a cycle here. He is 1 for 2, ground out to second, a single, a walk, and 2 runs. Two and 0. Sack fly, RBI for Driscoll. Plates his 2nd RBI of the season. Picked up his first RBI on Monday in the drubbing of the Beacons. 3-1. The drubbing of the Beacons sounds like some turning point historical event of like the 17th century or something like that. I know, right? Unfortunately, my sister doesn't really watch these games. But you got to, Katrina, that's your homework assignment. You got to send her the clip of that comment to see if she see what. All right, here's your writing prompt, sis. Full count, run from first. Will be going with this pitch, or maybe not with the 8-0 lead. Now it's a walk. Anderson picks up his 2nd walk of the ball game, and the bases are reloaded for McCabe.
Left fielder number 52, Mitch McCabe.
McCabe in his Blue Sox debut, 2 for 3 with a run and 2 ribbies and a double. Up and away for ball 1. So you got Anderson at third, Walsh at second, and Luter at first. 2-0 is the count. 8-0 our score. Oh, the lean back by McCabe. He's feeling it. Stroked into center field, and that'll be caught, though, on the run for the out. That retires the side. We go to the top of the 7th. Closing time for the Blue Sox, up 8-0 on the Mad Dogs.
The Lexington Blue Sox 8, the Malden Maddogs 0.
As we go to the top of the 7th, closing time for the Blue Sox, couple of changes to let you know about. Harrison Tucker is now at first base for Andrew Salima, and on the mound will be Aiden Freeberg. Longtime Blue Sox, a decade ago was the Intercity League Rookie Pitcher of the Year, the WPI alum. You know, he's a smart man. Like Chris Del Sordo announced the changes while Aiden takes the mound. Now, Aiden only pitched in one game last year, got one inning of work, allowing 3 hits but no runs, and striking out 2, and that was against the Andre Chiefs on June 15th. First pitch is grounded to short, fielded there by Looters with a cannon for out number 1. Well, not wasting any time. Again, we saw that early on. The Mad Dogs swinging early in the count and often, and actually the Blue Sox pitcher adjusted that, made him expand the zone, and 7 strikeouts in 4 innings for Chris Wannett. He'll pick up the win, assuming this score holds. This is 1-0 now, the count to Doherty, who picked up a double in his first at-bat, his first competitive at-bat in 4 years, in fact. Strikeout swing his last time up. I'm sure he's glad to see Wannett go. He's 1 for 2. 2-1 now. So Arsenault finishes 1 for 3. Joss due up next, fouled off behind us, and the count will be 2-2. So 4 innings of work and 7 strikeouts. No runs allowed by Chris Wannett, and just 1 hit, the Arsenault single. Another grounder to short. Good follow of that tricky hop by Looters on to first. 2 down. Now, we've seen some hops in the infield hit by both teams. That can have potential to be bloodbaths for fielders, but we've seen some good recoveries. The right side by the second baseman, Doherty, and here on the left side by the shortstop, Blue Sox shortstop, Looters. But the Mad Dogs are down to their final out in the person of Nick Joss, who is 0 for 2 with a pop-up to first and a strikeout swinging. He is ahead, though, 2-0. Freeberg mentioned he was the ICL Rookie Pitcher of the Year in 2014, going 2-1 with 1 save at a .266 ERA in 26 1/3 innings. Following year, oh no, he tacked on a whole run to that ERA, 1.66, 6-1, 33 2/3 innings with 29 strikeouts. The count is 3-1. Fly ball to the right side, Tucker giving it a chase, but it'll land foul. Out of play. Mad Dogs down to their final strike. Can Joss keep the line moving for Sam Browning, due up next? Keep the at-bat going anyways. Foul off here. Remains 3-2. Freeberg working with the wide and the pitch. Down and away. Ball 4. He ain't done yet.
The third baseman, number 22, Sam Browning.
So Joss reaches for the first time with that walk. Here's Browning, 0 for 2 with a ground out to third and a strikeout looking. That's in there, 4 strike 1, 0-1. Grounder foul. Ooh, ducking out of the way there in the third base coach's box. And once again, Mad Dogs down to their final strike. Blue Sox 2 in the fourth, 4 in the fifth, and 2 in the sixth. Snapping a 10-inning scoreless streak dating back to Wednesday's 5-0 loss to TJO. And read the second line. 1 and 2. Still. Everyone who batted today for the Blue Sox reached base at least once, except for Alvarez and Driscoll, but they each had an RBI at least. So everyone contributing on the mound, in the field, and at the plate for the Blue Sox. An 8-0 lead here. One more out, one more strike to get to cap off the annual Jerry DeAngelis Intercity League Day of Baseball in a celebration of the Blue Sox 30th anniversary as a franchise. Swing and a miss. Browning down on strikes, and the ball game is over. The Blue Sox get the win. They go to 4-2-1. 9 points. First place on points. Remember that both the Chiefs and the Americans are ahead of them on points percentage. The win goes to Chris Wannett. The loss goes to Brian Pellrine. And again, everybody that batted today for the Blue Sox reached base at least once or had an RBI. Contributions from everyone who played today. Fantastic game. And obviously, you know, after that loss, that shutout loss to TJO the other night, good to wash the taste of that loss out of your mouth sooner rather than later and not let it boil over into maybe a losing streak. The Blue Sox end up outscoring their opponents this week 34-6, with 5 of them, by those runs, being by TJO. Thanks for watching this presentation of Lexington Blue Sox baseball here on the Blue Sox Baseball Network on YouTube. Don't forget to follow and support the Blue Sox and the Intercity League all season long by subscribing to this here YouTube channel and visiting intercityleaguebaseball.com and the ICL page on Facebook, as well as the Blue Sox on Facebook and Instagram. Again, subscribe to this here YouTube channel, and we will see you fine folks here Monday night for a Blue Sox road game at LHS against the Lexington Bulldogs. It's again the final score from center field at Lexington High School in Lexington, Mass. It is the Lexington Blue Sox 8 and the Malden Maddogs 0. For all my writing friends here at LHS, my name is Sam Feely. Thanks for tuning in, and here's to 30 more years of Blue Sox baseball. Love you, Katrina. Party hard, Caitlin.